broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Internet, it's been a long time coming. We've been away for a couple episodes. This could be considered the last episode of the first season. It is the Thanksgiving special for Epic Meal Empire, and we're doing the after show for it. So welcome. Come on in. We're going to have a wonderful discussion. I would like to welcome, first of all, who's here every week, the true Hobo.
I'm here.
And of course, one of his better confidants, another of the Hobo elite.
Absolutely.
Mr. Jude S. Walko, one of the producers from Epic Meal Empire.
I mean, we look a lot alike. We almost look like, nephew and uncle, cousins type of deal. But no, that's actually not the case.
No, we shared a dumpster once in an
True
alley,
story.
but other than that, no.
Yeah.
Not
If
related.
it wasn't for the flashing jacket, I wouldn't be able to tell you guys
That's
apart.
true.
And
That's
thing.
Jude, that's Hobo. Oh, yeah, okay, I guess so. I guess that'll work. So this is a huge, packed episode.
An hour.
An hour.
Usually it's a half. Today we got a whole hour. And I actually liked it.
When it's a holiday about food, how would you expect anything less?
Absolutely.
No.
And, some people, they don't even want to spend an hour with their families, but they're all right spending it with Epic Meal Empire.
No, definitely. Especially, there's been such a track record. We've been covering it all season, so getting a chance to be in with these guys seemingly right there as they're making these meals, since it's such a friendly atmosphere when they're doing it, it feels like it's only natural to spend Thanksgiving with them. How much of that welcoming environment is there on set when shooting with them?
I mean, there's nothing but a welcoming environment on set. I mean,
Excellent.
first of all, they're Canadians, right?
Oh, yeah. Nicest people on earth.
Not nicest people on earth. I mean, even if you murder a family member, they're like, oh, it's okay. So there's that, and they're just the sweetest guys. Harley's a big teddy bear, but we'll get into all that.
Yeah.
But it's such a tight-knit family. I feel like I'm, like a Canadian just by hanging out with them.
Honorary Canadian?
Honorary Canadian. I'm not Kevin Smith level, but
Oh, wow.
I'm honorary Canadian.
Dude, he's been working at that for years, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no worries. We get a different sort of a start than we usually get. We usually go right into the kitchen, but because this is a special occasion, we find out that they're going to visit the Mayflower
Yeah.
in Southern California.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that the boat was still around.
Me either.
Apparently it is. It's there. I was on it.
It's amazing. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, and they keep repainting it to sort of keep the historical accuracy up. We just find out that Harley's a little too excited about boats.
Yeah.
But the playing up of the whole
Boats
gimmick.
and hose.
Boats and hose.
I mean,
Hosers. Boats and hoses.
would have been a wonderful name for this episode. They get a bit of a history, a real history of Thanksgiving in terms of what they eat for food, and naturally the guy that they came, feather in a cap, automatically trust him.
Made his own
yeah.
beer.
Yeah, he brought his own beer. Speaking of beer, do we have something to celebrate the season?
We do. I saw you guys once did a beer episode on a different thing.
Or a soapbox card TV.
Yes, we did.
beer
Yes, we
episode.
did.
Can I just open this for you guys?
Yes,
Sure.
please.
Watch.
I have never seen that done
Okay,
before.
watch
That's
this.
amazing.
Hold on.
Oh, we got it.
It's
Yay!
I'll do it.
Okay, just trying to be a little
Keep
bit extra
going,
showy.
keep going.
Okay, so while he's opening those, they find out
Slippery.
the stuff that we find out what the pilgrims
They
ate.
originally ate
Yes.
when they arrived to Plymouth Rock, which was,
As opposed to Plymouth Rock landing on them.
or Fraggle Rock,
Or
or anything like that.
we got corn, venison, turkey, squash of all kinds, whether it's in pie or otherwise, and of course, beer. So they decide for their opening meal to make the maize dog, which was a combination of duck and venison with bacon cornmeal. Just
bacon.
It's like stupid easy. Like it looks so good, but it's like why didn't anybody just think of that?
Yeah.
Well, because I don't think anybody wants to put like 2 different types of gourmet meats together like that as use in a corn dog. You know, that's taking a chance a little bit too hard. But the Epic Mealtime guys, they're the ones who will take that shot.
I mean, it's kind of like a loaf at that point. It's like a meatloaf. You kind of bread and
corn
fry.
meatloaf. Why has nobody ever done that? So
Nice.
so what are the brews that we have here?
Well, what I brought you is a seasonal thing because I'm a big pumpkin beer fan.
And
So
perfect.
Tis the season.
I did the Shipyard, I did all of them.
Oh yeah.
But I went to Bevmo and this is what they had left, and I had never tried it before. It is a Red Hook out of your gourd pumpkin porter. There's one for you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Take that.
Wonderful for our podcast listeners. Wonderful visual aspects of the show. A lot of clink and clanking.
You can vicariously drink through, your podcast.
Absolutely.
join
Please
for
grab
beer.
one from your local grocer responsibly.
Responsibly
always.
Drink
That's
along.
Very nice. Very, very smoky. Sláinte.
Yes.
Sláinte to you.
Cheers. Hobo.
Should across the way to you.
It's good.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Slightest of pumpkin spice and
Yes,
maple syrup. Maple syrup, just like your Canadian friends.
Of course.
This is a pumpkin beer for beer fans because they're the pumpkin beers for like, oh, I love pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Just have some cider. We got some stuff over here.
I just want to snort the spice, right off a toilet seat.
Hashtag PSL pumpkin spice latte.
Yes.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
White girls.
Yeah, this is. I just want to put on my Uggs and okay. But we got the wonderful beer. Check it out, the Red Hook out of your gourd pumpkin porter.
Try it, guys.
Sponsor, not really.
Tonight.
By the caseload, bring
So
it.
they're around the the preemptive Thanksgiving meal, since it is sort of a Thanksgiving meal just all in one corn dog.
When is Canadian Thanksgiving?
Canadian Thanksgiving is in it's in the summer months, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
It's like
something like
opposite.
that.
I should have written that down. That's silly.
We're dumb.
Hey, by the way, there were some Canadians on the Mayflower. That's a true story.
There were.
Yeah, we got into that, but
That's weird.
So they went over to England and then they came back. All right, I'm down.
round trip.
Really round trip.
They were just like, we have our return ticket. Oh, we'll wait. Oh yeah, we'll wait.
They could have just cut through the middle. But
Yeah, really. It's like going through your ass to get to your elbow.
We find out that Natalie wants to do an orphan Thanksgiving, and for a second I thought it was going to be a real deep episode.
I thought we were going to cook orphans.
Some more porridge.
Yes, it's here in this pot. Get in the pot. Get in the pot. It smells like bacon. Yeah, it does.
So griddle Thanksgiving.
I thought it was actually going to be like serving orphans, because we see the episode at the end of the episode they donate part of the food to the LA Food Bank. So I thought it was going to be something like that. But then it's like, oh no, just like people who aren't at home.
That's nice enough. There's lots of people who don't have families that need to go somewhere and celebrate with people, and this is a nice way of doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, for people that live in LA area, almost everyone's not from here. We're all from where are you from? Hoboken, New Jersey?
Yeah, Hoboken.
Hobo. I'm from Georgia.
I'm actually local, so.
See?
Yeah, there you go. He's the only one.
He's an alien.
Yeah.
He is.
I am a alien.
It's weird. You're an alien in LA if you're from LA.
It's like those Canadians coming back and, yeah, it's ridiculous.
We find out what everybody's thankful for. We find out that Josh is thankful for shoes, footwear, Dave for pizza and Chinese food. Amir, of course, naturally, Godzilla.
Of course.
And
very reverently, Godzilla.
And Natalie, very oddly, friends and family. That seemed really out of nowhere, sort of a place.
No sense.
How unoriginal!
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. And we see the beginning of something that occurs throughout the rest of the episode. For the commercial breaks, they make easy Thanksgiving snacks.
I really like this addition to the episode overall, because generally there's only a few different types of recipes that they go through on an episode. This is a good way to incorporate additional recipes into this episode.
And easy stuff. It had to do with it wasn't too hard to get through any of them. And
some of them, though, I don't think were quite winners.
I mean, and not everybody has a sausage maker or a grinder, sort of a thing.
Dust that thing off.
Everybody has one. It's just in your attic. Just go and get it.
Right.
Our trade secret here for the show, we actually shot about 25 of those things, but because
Really?
that the normal format is so short, we didn't have a lot of time to put those in there because there's so much content, right? But this was an hour-long special, so we got to do some special ones, and since it was Thanksgiving, you know.
And a lot of those get uploaded to the website.
Right, absolutely.
They're a part of the Handle It series?
No, they're part of like the FYI website.
Oh, the FYI. Okay.
They use them as little segments and promos and stuff. So go ahead and check them out. There's some more there, but there's a lot more in their bank that we shot. Just so you know.
Nice.
Just to sort of keep the brand fresh while it's away. That's really cool.
Very smart.
Yeah, 'cause they do have the Handle It series on their YouTube channel where every week they show you how to cook stuff. Like actually, as opposed to here's a beast and we will cook it in an obscure way that nobody else can.
True.
No. So this was nice. It was pumpkin spice popcorn that neither of them ate because neither of them liked pumpkin spice.
Well, Dave was eating it begrudgingly. He showed that it was edible, but beyond that,
bacon, popcorn, and pumpkin spice powder.
Candy bacon.
Yeah.
Candy bacon. Yeah. Pumpkin spice bacon. Because I know they've done that before.
Have you guys ever had candied bacon?
I have not.
I've had it several times. I actually had it made by them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love. They make They make so many, right? The candied one, the chocolate one, the pumpkin spice, all that. But it was great.
I've also seen them do like jerk bacon.
Yeah.
A lot. What is your favorite type of bacon that they have made on set?
Oh, that they have made. Oh man, I don't know. There were so many. I can't even. I'd have to remember because I've actually done. I'm not know if I'm allowed to say a lot of episodes with them. Maybe.
Okay.
More than you've seen.
Yes, a lot of bank. We know that they started back in production a little while ago for season 2. So
you know that. So yeah. So I've done about 23 episodes with them and the special. So
Nice.
24. So
excellent. Well,
let me think about that one. I'll have to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, think about it. We'll come back to it.
Over a bit.
It's time to think of an actual Thanksgiving meal that they want to do. One of the favorite parts of the show that we have is when they're actually coming up with the idea. And in this, it's kind of like, oh, are we just going to make Thanksgiving dinner? How can they make this epic? And they figure out a way to make it epic. They make a sandwich where it's got everything from the Thanksgiving dinner together. Reasonable idea. You pop that together, you get one bite, you get the full dinner. But it's not epic enough. You gotta put it in between 2 roast pigs. 2 whole roast pigs on a gravy boat.
Madness. I don't know where you get those
insanity.
ideas. Like, I want a sandwich between 2 full pigs. Like, their sandwich is the love that they're making,
It's the foreplay.
Thanksgiving's all about love, isn't it?
Yeah.
I gotta chime in with my favorite bacon-induced thing. It is a bacon-wrapped maple sausage made into a pancake waffle batter corn dog.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah. No. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
Can we whip some of those up right now?
Oh, I wish.
Actually, here's some that have been in the oven. What? And that's one of my favorite things that they do too. Is you see the whole process, and it's not like, you gotta wait. They make it an event when they show everything off. It's not like, that's what it is. Bacon on it, I guess. So eat it. Just eat it. Eat it. No, it's
they can
an
only
event.
really make one of something.
Really?
I mean, on the other cooking shows, they make reasonable meals, and they sort of make 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like one that's done and one that's going to be done, and others too.
Yeah.
No, their things are so big they can only afford to make one of them. Because it's too hard time-wise and just probably monetarily to make 2 of these monstrous things.
Absolutely.
Like one for air and one for like the actual meal.
Yeah, no room for error.
No. Oh, gee. And even if they do mess up, it seems I've noticed sometimes on the actual YouTube show when they have more footage of people eating it and they're actually eating it as opposed to the gross we're eating it.
Yeah.
You can tell maybe that one wasn't a winner. They don't pre-make stuff.
Maybe that was sitting around under stage lights for 4 hours.
Exactly. They don't have that. The time when I did have the candy bacon from them, I got to eat the epic meal that they made. They did a live show a couple years ago at Comic-Con where they took a roast pig and they stuffed it with I say lattice bacon. Why do I say that?
The bacon weave.
Bacon weave. They did a big bacon weave.
It's too close to lettuce.
Yeah,
exactly. That's why it's like
that would not be them at all.
Something's a little gross. They took a bacon weave and wrapped a curtain rod of Big Macs and stuffed it in the pig.
Nice.
And then they just chainsawed the pig. And I was just like, I want to eat that. And so Harley threw it at me, and I went to town. It was amazing. And then they were just throwing out candied bacon in little like candy wrappers.
yeah.
It's magical. So that's something where most of the time it seems just like, I have this idea, let's make it.
Yeah.
And how, for coming up with the gimmicks for the shows, is it based around the meal or around the client?
Well, it's twofold because, like you guys so astutely pointed out, we have a beginning intro meal, right? And then we have like the client's meal, right? So that's gone through creative, and Harley and the EMT guys have thought about all that stuff, what they want to do. But when you see some of the episodes, we show the brainstorming. Did you guys see those?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And some of them, they don't necessarily show the brainstorming. Those are actually way more elaborate than what the jump cuts you see on TV. So basically, they really are brainstorming, throwing off each other. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? What's good? What's bad? So that session may end up lasting an hour and 30 minutes, and you only see like literally
2-3 minutes.
2-3 minutes max of it.
How much prep time do they get for the client? Is it actually Natalie coming in the day that they know that the brainstorm is happening before they think about it? Or do they get, okay, we're thinking about doing this for a client, what kind of stuff do you have in mind?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Normally, they have a few days to do it, and get their culinary team to help sometimes, if possible. But yeah, sometimes it's last minute. There's a location change. There's something changes, and then we just have to figure it out on the day. The other thing is when they show the big meals at the end, right, with all the people are there, which they call a reveal, but they don't want to call it a reveal because that's like a bad thing to say to fans, but
that's what I call it. That's what it is.
You even do that at Thanksgiving dinner, when you bring out the turkey.
Right.
You're gonna reveal it. So when they show the reveal, that's all like pretty much you get one shot at that. Because like you said, you got this one epic meal. You got people there in the moment.
You got one reaction. You probably got all your cameras at all the different angles behind.
That's it.
Like there was a GoPro on the ship that I noticed, and in the very first episode in Taterbot, the GoPro on the bot on the chest, most frightening thing I've ever seen.
I was afraid the kid was gonna eat it.
That would be really interesting once you get past his digestive.
All of a sudden, it's just really bright, and you just see kids just pull his pants up. I just thought it was a sort of a thing.
Went south really fast.
That's fine though.
It was just a sort of a thing where you have a nightmare that night and you imagine yourself from that thing, just like, this is how I die. Children are gonna pull me apart and eat me because why not?
Oh, going back to that episode, do you remember where they started jumping on the chairs and stuff?
That's frightening.
So scared,
dude.
The whole crew was like tiny little, it was like a scene from The Shining or something. Like,
Children of the corn.
Children of the cornbread.
Yes.
Exactly. That was scary.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, that was this whole show, just a lot of fun ideas with how to reveal the food, and this one was no different.
I gotta say, Natalie is a great addition to the show. Yeah. She has definitely grown on me as the episodes have progressed, and now that season 1 is over, I really like her, and she does feel like she is thoroughly a part of the team.
Yeah. Especially shown in this episode.
Yeah, absolutely. And how was she contacted for this? How did they go about finding her to put on this show?
I think it was a long process actually, and Natalie fit the best, because they want, these guys are gruff and they look like me and you on a bad day, and they're like lumberjacks and all that, but so they needed that like sweet personality that's going to wrap together, keep them guys motivated, help them get the clients, help them stay track, because if anybody that knows Harley has 2 phones at all times, right, and then the other guys also, so they're like, I call them ADD to the max because they're always all over the place, right? So you got to kind of have someone to channel that energy, keep it there, and then in the beginning she was probably a little nervous about it with them and stuff, but then as she had a better rapport with them, you could see as the episodes progress, she ribs them more and more and more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially in the Thanksgiving episode.
And it works so well.
And it was nice to see sort of the familial element. Like you got to see how not just like, oh, they're working together, you get to see a little bit more and more there, like the little bit of personal relationship and the ribbing. It's really nice.
Yeah, and they're actually hard nuts to crack because I knew them for probably a month before we started shooting, just with pre-production and all that, and they're sort of standoffish, but not in a bad way. Just like they're so busy and got so much, so they're. It took a while to get to know them, and with Natalie more so because it's like, hey, we've been doing this show for 4 years, right? We got our bros. We know what's up. We don't need anyone to tell us, and then you throw a woman in the mix, and it's like, oh, but it was perfect though. And like I said, they're the sweetest guys in the world. Yeah. So
it's worked out. I think it's worked out famously.
I do too.
Yeah,
I agree.
So we've got 2 pigs on a gravy boat with mashed potatoes. So far, my favorite pun on the HMS Swinecraft.
Yes.
Oh,
mashed potatoes.
That was you.
That was my idea. Mashed potatoes.
Wi-Fi from over here.
Gravy boat and mashed potatoes. That was all me.
Excellent.
Just the pun part.
God.
Just the pun part.
AfterBuzz exclusive right here.
Everything else, they got people. But
Yeah.
I did that one.
Dude, on the Thanksgiving special.
Yeah.
That's one to have.
They
Like
know.
this one is
If
going to
we're
be
gonna
shown.
bring it, this is like clutch in the playoffs.
Yeah,
right?
this is the this is the show that everybody's going to be watching who hasn't been watching yet.
Yeah.
That will hook them for the rest of the show. This was an excellent episode to really get the idea of everybody as well, and to just hook them on and be like, I'm so in, whether you knew the franchise or not.
Yeah,
it's excellent.
I agree.
They decided to pay homage to their job creators. They visited a ranch and they all wrote like poems or just speeches.
Letters.
They wrote letters
honoring
to
the animals who have sacrificed themselves
for their jobs.
Yes. Nice.
Josh wrote it to a cow. And his was beautiful. What was his pun? Oh, I don't remember. Oh, damn it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. That letter was moving.
Yay! You piece of garbage. How dare you embarrass me? No, I'm kidding. Dave wrote to a chicken, Amir to a turkey, and he got a little tender.
Nice.
Little sincere. And Harley, of course, a pig. Just thanking him for everything.
As long as he wasn't sultry talking about his poultry.
You look son of a biscuit. Okay. Harley complimenting the pig. You look delicious today, as you would compliment any food.
Yeah.
The pig seemed receptive. He was paying very close attention. Yes, thank you.
Just like, I will kill you someday. Like I imagine in some alternate universe, you were stripping meat off my butt and eating it.
This is a common theme with Harley. He brings this up a lot. It's like a fear of his, actually.
Yeah.
No,
It's a genuine fear of his.
And then when the episode where they made him for people to eat at the zombie run, like this is fruition. This is all coming around now.
Some sort of weird, like, if I can live it now, maybe it'll help, and it totally didn't.
It's night terrors, I suppose it is.
If
he's trying to get over it.
If there was a zombie pig that was there eating it, just be like, nope, we're done, cutting, we're gone.
Well, there were more letters for the pork, but they were pulled.
Hey! Waiting on one for the turkey. I'm just nothing. All right, and a little weird. Natalie wrote a letter to an avocado.
Yeah,
she's one a day.
Yeah, she does.
That's good. I like
that's
avocado,
dedication.
but I guess that makes her coat shiny. I don't know.
I haven't checked out her coat. Well, not her undercoat.
Oh.
Just her.
Well, I mean, the show's still going. You'll have a chance.
That's a drink, everybody.
Drink every time he says undercoat.
Sláinte. We find out that Harley is very thankful for his fat and being just a fat guy, and he wants to express his thanks, not for his fat, but to the crew by having somebody else make them a meal.
Yeah.
In a bizarre change of pace where I want them to enjoy a meal that they didn't have to cook, which is really nice when you think about it. So he gets Chef Brian and lets him know that they're thankful for all the stuff that they said at the top of the show: the shoes, Godzilla, Chinese food, pizza,
and some sort of green.
Arugula, I guess. Something of that nature. She likes
Does
salad.
It matter? Yeah.
No.
As long as it's green, just make sure it's checked. It's not mold.
Being green.
Well, it's not that easy.
Okay, piggy.
We should have him on the show.
That would be amazing.
Contact the Henson people. Make that happen. I actually know some people who work with them. We can make this happen.
Dude, I'd be so down. You could make a rainbow connection.
Piggy would
They have those in West
probably
Hollywood.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Depending on where you guys shoot. But we get to the interview part. Harley doesn't want just anybody showing up to this Thanksgiving party, the orphans' Thanksgiving. So they go in for the interviews. They got all sorts of people. What are your feelings on candy corn? No, candy corn? No. All right. Passed. Accepted.
Yeah.
When I say turkey, you say turkey. Turkey.
Turkey.
When I say bacon, you say bacon. Bacon. I said it, didn't say bacon. I ruined the bit. Turkey bacon, man, come on. What? They didn't let a vegan in.
Right.
They almost didn't let Dave's wife in.
Yeah.
that was pretty awesome. You guys know me. You interrogated my wife.
Yeah. It's a very thorough process.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you know it's thorough unless everybody has the same treatment?
True. You never know if there are any rats in the kitchen.
True.
Yeah. Never know someone's spying. Don't want any green in there. And they recruit the Thanksgiving grandpa Bob. How did you get Bob?
Oh God, that guy was a godsend. He truly was.
Did you just send a call out for?
Yeah,
for,
Bob was being Bob. That was a total 100% genuine.
Like you just sent out a call for orphans on Thanksgiving.
Like we brought some people. Like my friend Brent Pope came, and we had like sort of people in our circle that would come and show up, and then it was up to really Harley and the guys to decide if they wanted him. But I think Bob just kind of got there through word of mouth somehow, and
just kind of showed up.
Yeah, just kind of showed up, and
that's
and he's 100% genuine.
Even more amazing.
Yeah, and we were all of us were like tearing up at the end of that when he's like giving his speech and all that. Because he was like, he really meant that stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna get there, man.
Yeah.
Well, the fact that it is an orphan Thanksgiving and you see an older gentleman come out, you know what that means, though. You know, and it's a real heartfelt sort of. Okay, we'll get
be his last Thanksgiving.
You never know.
Was he? He
seemed a little bit older.
Yeah.
70s at least.
No, 80s.
Yeah,
maybe 90s.
Late 70s.
Like a good 90 or like a medium 80.
Dude, I don't know if he was so happy about that pig, so he must not get that every day. You know.
Well, in the Great Depression, they might.
Oh well, yeah. Boy, what a wonderful world it is now.
Skinny pigs.
Rib cage.
Oh, dude, I'm down for some good rib cage. You know, see some epic rib cage time. Nope.
Yum.
Nope. So we get our second commercial meal of the show, and this one was the one with the most sort of. It could go either way. The sausage, where they put turkey with stuffing, cranberries, and a pumpkin pie into a grinder, and they made sausage, and they just kind of browned the sausage because it's all cooked inside anyway.
Yeah.
No one really enjoying it.
I tried it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, how would you describe the...
It's exactly like it sounds. It was
kind of like somebody chewed your food and then put it in a pig casing.
That's it.
Baby bird?
Yeah.
A little bit of a baby bird?
Yeah. You could taste each ingredient, but sort of simultaneously.
Oh, God. So it wasn't like a Violet Beauregard sort of a thing. It was all just like...
Yeah. But in like a baby poo formula. You know, in a casing, if that makes sense.
You just take a bite and you just hear in the back of your mouth just...
Yeah.
Nope, no thank you.
It probably looked exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way.
It was weird though. Every once in a while, you would see like the cranberry red, just like kind of on, when they're cooking, just like that don't look right. That's not okay.
It was all at one end, kind of bulbous. And,
we got a cranberry. You can have that one.
Oh yeah, actually getting in that casing is really difficult.
So, it takes a lot of practice to properly wrap the sausage. Amir had some practice. Speaking of that, like it seems when they got all of the new gear, a lot of the extra stuff that you don't necessarily think that they'll need all the time.
Yeah.
How much time had they put into the sausage maker when they got it? Did they get it and go, okay, we need to learn this now, or did they wait until they were using it so that they could make it a little bit more authentic?
Unfortunately, probably not enough time went into that because a lot of these things were placed there by companies as trade-offs and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it was great for them because they got all the refrigerators, the ovens, all these crazy gadgetry.
A lot of product placement.
A lot of product placement. But every once in a while you'd see them revert back to, like, one point, I think Josh grabbed a fire extinguisher and was beating potatoes, and he called it the weapon of mass destruction.
No, that was the bat taped to Jack Daniel's bottle, taped to a potato masher.
So they always went back to their roots.
But how they learned. Yeah, it's important.
But at the same time, like they had that thing that froze things automatically, and the other,
the nitro.
Then the sous vide one where you put it in a bag and you dunk it in there and it cooks.
All right, yeah.
Okay, and one of my favorite things. Speaking of stuff that they've used. One of our favorite things that they did throughout the whole run of the show was the washing machine spaghetti.
Oh, that was great.
So was that
so
like
good.
you're talking about how it was a kind of a trade-off?
Yeah.
Who gave them a washer and a dryer?
Yeah, I still probably no one wants to take the blame for that, but it was really brilliant in the end. And I don't know if you saw there was actually a camera in there while they were
Yes, that's their use of GoPros.
In fact, I think I'm in that shot. You see me crossing in that shot.
Cool.
I was
Nice.
Like,
We'll go back.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, did you just find them on the street?
No. You had to buy them fresh. You had to buy them fresh. You can't. That's not secondhand. One use only.
No, but those of you at home could buy them off the street and put your spaghetti in there.
I guess so. I just have to find a power source and
ruin them for eternity.
Yeah.
Seriously,
if
that's one of those like big dreams where it's like, if I win the lottery, the first thing I'm going to do is buy a washer and make spaghetti in it.
Absolutely.
Damn it.
They have a lot of really interesting stuff, and then you have the gun, which they use at the end of this episode.
The cheeseburger launcher.
Yeah.
Or just the food launcher.
How did they come about making? Who made that? I want to know.
I don't know. I got the number. I'll have to give you that.
Oh, yeah.
It's industry secrets.
Oh.
It's one of those, like how China used to come out with the pyro gun. You'd come out with a cheeseburger gun and just fire garbage at people. Jeez. Hey, man, run the gimmick. Just nobody. And let's just get done with the sausage. They're back.
That's what she said.
That was a good one. Harley brings everybody to Chef Brian, and they reveal the meal. And he made a bacon wrapped hot dog Godzilla, which must have taken flipping forever.
Yes.
And
amazing.
It wasn't necessarily a calzone shoe, but it was like.
I mean, it was.
Yeah, it was just with like no sauce or cheese in it, but it was just like a shoe burger.
Well, didn't it have sauce? It was supposed to be a pizza shoe.
Okay,
so I think it did have the sauce and the cheese in it.
Okay, and then we got just a pizza for Dave. Because he's a no.
Easy.
Yeah, he's a no frills guy. He seems like a very simple man.
He is.
And a little clump of arugula for Natalie.
Whatever.
Here. I'm done. That's pretty much how it was. Still very happy about it. It's like, oh, you put green on it there for me. He's like, yeah, I did.
Because it's so out of character for him to use green.
I just want to let you know.
Green's a huge thing.
But notice he didn't touch it.
No.
So that's okay. He's still got his credibility.
He put his stamp of approval on it.
That's close enough. That's all he can
It was
get.
Thanksgiving, after all, once a year.
Yeah.
Give him a pass.
Every once in a while, you do need to have that green.
He did it for her, not for him.
Exactly. And he showed his selflessness as a boss.
Yes.
Like nobody,
as a sauce boss.
As a sauce
the boss of the sauce. No one can ever really show him the appreciation because he is the boss, supposedly. So he's got to show it every now and again.
True.
And Amir just. Well, I mean, excuse the pun. Amir just ate it up. He just loved the flip of Godzilla.
He totally into it. Like his eyes got real big, and he just sort of still.
Yeah.
He was like a kid. Just,
It's like, don't worry, you can eat that one because the real Godzilla is ready. It's better than my birthday. You can always. It's weird with Amir. You can always either go like the super like childlike wonder route, where it's just like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever, or like mass murderer on any just like.
Well, that's kids in general.
So going back to Tater Bot, you're just like, I don't know if they're gonna kill me, eat me, or hug me.
Exactly. It's a little of both. You see them squish ants, but they really love the ants to murder. So
that's the thing. He's like, yeah, let's play by killing things.
Yes.
With the fiery power of the sun. Oh, God. Children are horrifying. So we get our third and final interstitial meal, which was the Thanksgiving dinner fried rice, the leftover fried rice, which I thought, excellent idea.
Yeah, why not?
Everybody loves a good fried rice now and again. You can find all different types, Thai restaurants, all sorts of stuff. So they take the turkey.
The Jello in it. I don't
The Jello
know
was
about the Jello.
Yeah, But when you make the leftover sandwich, don't you put the cranberry in there on top of it when you do the turkey?
Definitely.
Yeah, but I mean,
they had full cranberries in there, so they needed something for them to kind of swim in, and they were gonna fry it too. It's just the Jell-O seemed like a nice way to kind of marinate the rice in the cooker.
No.
yeah, I guess so.
Because when they lifted it, it was like like the Jell-O formed like a broth, and I was like, oh, dude, I don't know why I'm down for that, but I'm totally down for that. Jell-O broth. There's always room for Jell-O broth. It's a good thing for when you're sick. Turkey, rice, Jell-O, mashed patates, and cranberry. They fry it up, and they seem to really like it. Did you get a chance to try that one, or?
I don't think I tried that one. I was probably conveniently ran off the set.
Hey, we made a good one. Get everybody out of here so we can eat it. It's time to actually make this epic meal. The HMS Swinecraft. They start mashing up the mashed potatoes with the weapon of mass destruction.
Yes.
You should take credit for that one too.
No, I can't take credit for that one. That was Josh. Josh did that one.
Okay, because there's a lot of the banter that happens while they're making it.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely they like think of it, and then it seems like, wait, roll back, we'll do that. How much of it is natural just because of their natural relationship with each other?
Yeah.
And how much is we thought of it, okay, let's roll back so that we can get a good take of that?
I would say it's 80% natural. You don't know this, but there's probably 10 cameras rolling at all times for hours on end. Just ask our editorial, those poor bastards. Right? But that being said, a lot of that stuff, it just comes up in the thing. But if it's something really good, sometimes they can build on it. Or Harley's like, wait a minute, that was brilliant, but let's polish it up a little. Let's do an actual take. But and who knows what they end up going with. Sometimes it's the actual natural thing, and sometimes it's like the polished version. But either way, it all comes from them.
Or they cut to, they get the good delivery with the natural reaction. Yeah, something like that.
A mixture.
That's excellent.
But they're brilliant. They're all super funny and comedic and sweet.
I mean, to get to where they are now from where they started, they really have to be intelligent.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't be
there's no doubt there. There's no doubt there. The characters that they put on is even more informs their ability. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
They brine the pigs. They show what Canadian football is like. It's like, I'm asking you permission to run. Permission granted. That's enough. Please stop. Thank you.
Sorry.
Did I go too far, eh? Do you want to pass? I give you the option to pass. Oh, no thanks. I'll run. And then they do the American football and just everybody goes crazy. Yeah. I didn't know. Didn't The Rock play Canadian football?
He might have. A lot of great athletes have played Canadian football. They're not so good to get to the NFL, but there's always Canada.
That's a wonderful just end of any good story. There's always Canada.
I think that's their national logo. There's always Canada.
We're here.
We're here for you, eh?
Yeah.
Come on up. Why not?
Welcome.
Bars are always open pretty late.
Fries, gravy.
Tim Horton.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you want some Timbits, do you? Come on in. No, you don't need your passport. To get back in, you do. Those Americans, am I right? Oh, sorry. All right. Everybody's shown up. We see Bob. Thank God do we see Bob. Yeah. A lot of the folks that we saw in the interview, in the interrogation segment, and a lot of people we don't. But
even the people who got rejected got to come.
Yes.
That's Thanksgiving right there.
No, it's like, we love you.
Even the family you hate has to come and eat food.
True.
You can find something to like about them, hopefully.
If they have food in their mouth and they can't talk, that's generally the case. Please just shut up.
You look hungry. Keep eating.
Keep eating.
Please keep eating. Now leave. Black Friday. No, leave. It's real. They set up the tables real nice outside.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The wonderful the cloths are just lovely, blowing in the wind.
It was very formal.
Yeah, undulating. There you go. It's a beautiful word. Very, very beautiful word. They reveal the HMS Swinecraft with much just undulation. No, with much anticipation, and you see as with most of the epic reveals, you see everybody's eyes just pop out of their head because you're like, they're probably gonna do like something crazy, and then it's 10 times crazier.
Yeah.
Like with the sumo meal, with the soup, like you're like, oh, they're probably gonna make a huge thing, and then it's 2 pigs in a hot tub of soup with just turkeys floating. It's like what the hell?
It's different for us because as you're going through the episode, you get to see them form the idea of what they're going to make, and then it takes shape after they have formed the idea. But for all the people who just see the meal, it's, oh my God, what is this? It takes their brain time to totally understand what their eyes are seeing.
Shock factor for sure.
How much of that is food, and can I eat it? Is that boat food? How deep does that gravy go? I imagine it's about 8 feet of gravy. That, again, brilliant. Everybody was thanking so hard. You could see it in their faces.
Thank you so hard right now.
The fact that they had the bacon jello. Did you have any of that? Any of the bacon jello?
I tried the
That
bacon
kind of
jello.
looked questionable, but was it good?
Yeah, it was gelatinous bacon. It's like when you put it in the fridge and it forms that little thing on the bottom. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because it looked
Jello
like
itself has no flavor.
it didn't look
unless
like
you
jello.
add
It
flavor.
looked like gelatin.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, so like not the flavored, like it wasn't like a particular fruit. It was just like plain. It was just goop with bacon in it.
But then the bacon sort of gives off its own flavor, so I'm wondering if it did it contain enough flavor of bacon?
Yeah.
So
I mean, okay, I can go back to another episode if you want to talk about the flavor of bacon.
Bring it on.
yeah.
Oh, please.
I don't know if you guys saw the one where we did the Wonder Berries, where they
Yes.
the berries.
Yeah.
Okay, so I tried that with them, and it was amazing. Like you could eat a whole grapefruit and it tastes sugary, and we drank vinegar and stuff. But the bacon still tastes like bacon. So my point is, it's the overpowering flavor of bacon. There's not really much you could do to bacon. It's like that taste that overpowers everything, but in a good way. You love it, right? So
It's
you don't
like
need a
so
lot of
perfect
bacon.
you can't sort of do anything to make it better.
It's God's candy. You can't really,
Yeah.
you can't really
Yeah.
fix it. It's great.
We all thank the pigs. We just thank you, pigs, for providing us with your wonderful gift of butt meat.
Yes.
And
Kim Kardashian.
and well,
Yes.
speaking of butt meat,
She's probably the most successful swine I've ever seen.
jeez, and drink. Thank you. Red Hook cider gourd pumpkin porter. Fine, your local grocer. We get the wonderful end of the show. Like Harley kind of leads a toast when he does the reveal.
Yeah.
But when Bob gets up there with his drink and thanks everybody, that wasn't like, hey, we're gonna make you say something here, do this. It was just like. They said earlier in the show he was going to be their grandpa for the meal.
Right.
So as a part of being the grandpa, you have to thank everybody, give everybody a wonderful talking to.
Absolutely.
And it felt like you said, it felt so from the heart, so legitimate, and everybody was probably just like, who is this old guy? But but the crew and Bob themselves were just like, this is so awesome.
Yeah.
This is like you have that group of people to share such a wonderful time with. It really came across well on.
And can I tell you, he stuck around for like 2 hours after we shot that episode.
Yeah.
He was still thanking everybody. He was like, "This was an amazing experience" and all that. So it was truly
that's
sweet.
awesome.
That's genuine sweetness you saw on there.
AfterBuzz exclusive, Bob will be joining the cast for the tail end of season 2.
Well, now you got to talk to his agent, and there's markup and
Muscles wrinkles.
muscles wrinkles.
So as a way to sort of salute the ship now that it has served its purpose, they fire they have a mirror fire the burger cannon as sort of its last stand. They fire the burger cannon at the ship.
Yep.
And just totally. Well, I wish it would have annihilated everything, but that's just me.
I wish you would have sunk.
That's what's like. I knew there was 8 feet of gravy. Just totally just like Titanic, boing, and just go down. You see somebody fall off the bow. And Bob talks to the camera, just like, oh, this is one. The pig, it was really great. Gets a little peck from that. Like, hey, bring her back here.
Was that dessert?
Take a drink for that. Avocados. But this
undercoat.
Like we said, this was one of the best ways to sort of encapsulate the idea of Epic Meal Empire. It was the way of giving back. like you see at the end of the LA Food Bank. Always wonderful to see that. Seeing that in the first episode went, okay, this is a step above that.
Can I bring something up?
Please.
This fine gentleman right here.
Please, bring it up.
Speaking of the LA Food Bank and that sort of thing, this guy right here.
Did you really? Did you really?
I did.
Can you explain to us, True Hobo, what this is?
What? Okay.
So this is
amazing.
This is from the Legends of Wrestling card series, and I am a card, and this is my championship card. Mm-hmm. I had one made, or they made one for me rather, back when I wasn't the champion, and it wasn't very strong. But now that I'm a champion, they figure I deserve another card. And so they made. Wait, I'm gonna stick it.
There you go.
Right there.
Nice.
So they made me a new one.
It's
incredibly strong. And I talked to one of the guys who put me in touch with the creator of the whole card series, and he says, "Would you like to do something for charity?" And I said, "Well, yeah, sure. I've always wanted to give back, and now that I've got some status, I want to do something positive with it." Mm-hmm. And he just hooked up this whole thing with feedingamerica.org, and people pitched in whatever amount of money they wanted, $5 or more, and they got a card for it. So I ended up raising $467.50 for feedingamerica.org.
Awesome. Beyond amazing. Yeah. No, like you were pushing it real hard, and it was excellent to see.
Thank you for doing
something.
that.
Yeah, of course.
It takes a village. It really does.
No, then that's a good. Everything helps, especially now, and hopefully more people get a chance to eat on a little bit more of a regular basis.
Absolutely.
And that's thanks to you and your championship run.
I think it's the least we can do. You know, we don't necessarily have to give people money, but I think everybody should eat.
Yeah.
People should earn the money that they make, but they should at least be able to eat. That is what I believe.
And as sort of like since it does have to do with the end of every week, I want to ask you, I don't know if you can talk about it or not, but is there anything in the works of getting the Epic Mealtime guys working with the LA Food Bank directly?
Yeah, I think that's always something they consider, just because their general good nature, not necessarily for PR. I mean, this was all their idea to do this, because I can tell you, too, Harley was adamant about, and they're called Epic Meal and all that, but like if there was ever a shot where like a whole hamburger fell on the floor, he was like, no, that's not good. We don't want to portray ourselves as people that waste food. We make epic meals for people and we eat it, or we share it with people. We don't waste food. So that was something he was super adamant about, and that was his idea, to donate, him and Greg Heller, the showrunner, to donate to that charity. And that was from their hearts. It was honestly the kind of people they are. They're great people, just like Mr. True Hobo here.
Well, it's genuine people. It really is, and it's good to see that successful people are giving people.
I agree. Yeah.
And it's another just piece of evidence that despite all of the character that they put on,
yes,
you get to see through that. You get to see the actual people. Yep. Like the TV bit goes away, and a lot of, you can't create these characters without a bit of yourself in there.
Absolutely, and that's what I took away from the show. Like every show, even if it's the hardest show, this one wasn't, but even really difficult shows, you meet one or two people that are amazing and you have a lifelong bond. And on this one, it was exceptional because those guys truly are amazing individuals. I still keep in touch with them. They came back, they shot a promo with the cookie dunk, if you saw on FYI recently. So I got to see them for that for a day. And they're just super sweet guys. Like, you love them like brothers, They're honestly sweet people.
Jude S. Walko, thank you very much, sir, for coming in. Now, we're going to wrap up the show. Thank you for everybody for joining us. But where can everybody find you and follow your projects? Because you got a bunch of stuff coming up.
I do. You can always go to IMDb and check out my film career, and it has all the list of movies I've done. I've recently started a YouTube channel, which is Hollywood Hobro. Because all these hobos are my ho-bros, and all my ho-bros out there. So check that out. And at Jude S. Walko on Twitter and Instagram.
Excellent. Hobo.
I'm at True Hobo on the Twitter. ProWrestlingTees.com, where you can get a shirt. Even this shirt right here, this black one, that's actually fairly new. You can still smell the ink on it.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. For everything, Hobo, go to BoxcarSuperstar.com.
Excellent. And you can find me on Twitter at SoapboxMark. You can find Hobo and I doing the NXT After Show. And you can find us on YouTube at Soapbox Car TV, where we do our wrestling entertainment shows. You can follow everybody here at AfterBuzz TV at AfterBuzz TV on Twitter. So thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.